So there's this girl at work who's about to get fired. I got fired, y'all. I got fired. They finally found the video. They found the video.
Today we're talking about workplace drama, blood boundaries, unsolicited advice, and a person who seems genuinely confused about why their actions weren't met with the response they expected. Somewhere along the way, a situation that had nothing to do with them suddenly became their personal mission, and that's where things started to get interesting. The more I listened to this story, the more questions I had. Not because the situation itself was complicated, but because some of the decisions we made just didn't make sense to me. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get into it.
Okay, so get this. So there's this girl at work who's about to get fired. As the IT manager, I always know about any onboards or offboards before they happen because they want to make sure that I revoke access to their emails, and they want me to make sure that they're locked out of certain things so that nobody who's getting fired can go back and like shoot a company-wide email or anything like that. So I'm one of the first people to know when somebody's going to be onboarded or offboarded so that I can prepare their computer and their access and so on and so forth. So my boss, who is a super bitch.
Calling your boss the B word online at the start of a video for the whole world to see, knowing fully well there's a possibility she might see the video, is not appropriate. But I digress.
And the HR lady have been telling me we have an offboard coming up and this is super confidential. Nobody can know about this. And they keep saying that it's confidential, And I found out that the girl that they're firing, she's a really sweet girl. Like, she just got a raise, she just got promoted, like, she does a great job at work, and she's always super sweet whenever you talk to her. So I'm like, okay, something strange is going on here. Now, normally when it comes to affairs of onboards and offboards, I don't get involved. I just tell them what to do. I don't talk to the employee that is getting offboarded or whatever, just because that's not my place, that's not my job. But this particular employee that they're about to fire, she's such a sweet girl, and I've had many interactions with her where she's just been very positive and upbeat. I know that she recently got married and she recently got a raise, so I know that it's not because of her performance. I felt like something else is beneath the surface. Y'all, I feel like God put it on my heart to tell the girl that she's about to get fired.
When did y'all be having this delusional conversation with God? Because I'm just saying, if you did, it would have told you to mind your business.
So I text the girl and I'm like, hey, meet me upstairs by the elevator. And she's like, okay. So she comes upstairs. I pull her aside, like out of view. So I tell her, you're about to get fired and they're about to do it on Tuesday. This was Thursday last week. And she starts bawling. She's like so taken aback. She's like, what do you mean I'm getting fired? And I was like, I don't know the reason. All I know is that they already have your replacement. They want me to prep your computer for that replacement. And she kept on asking me, like, do you know why they're firing me? Why are they firing me? Why? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't get any of that information. They just tell me what to do with the assets. That's it. So
did they ask you to tell her that she was fired, or you're just being nosy? Because I don't understand how this benefits you. This is your co-worker, not your best friend.
her and the HR girl were actually friends before she started working at the company. Somehow, some way, the HR girl goes back to my boss and tells my boss about the conversation that, oh, she was discussing her pay, and one thing led to another, and the boss calls the girl who's about to get fired into her office. So my boss is telling her, why were you discussing that you got a pay raise? You shouldn't be doing that. And she really ripped into her. And the girl was like, oh, I apologize. I didn't realize that I wasn't able to discuss getting a pay raise. As a matter of fact, when the HR girl, my friend, got a raise, we had a very similar conversation where we were both celebrating and I didn't see anything wrong with it. And she says, ever since that conversation, things have been strange. Neither one of them want to talk to her. They both have kind of been avoiding her. They haven't been as friendly. And now she's getting fired. So my intention here was just to tell the girl ahead of the weekend so that she could prepare herself, so that she could gather any evidence that might work in her favor, because I feel like specifically in this case, they know that they have some damning evidence against them, which is why they kept on telling me it's confidential, it's confidential.
The way she kept repeating it's confidential over and over and over again is pissing me off.
The HR girl knows that she said some things that could possibly incriminate her, so she wants to make sure that she catches this girl off guard. It's about to go down. So I text my girl, cause she's my girl now. I texted her this morning. I was like, hey, happy firing day. Like, I hope you're ready. I hope you got all the evidence that you need. Make sure when you walk in there, you hit the record button. Because we're both interested to know what reason they're gonna have to fire her. And my girl, she ready.
First of all, she's not your girl. And she was never your girl to begin with, especially considering your position within the company. Then imagine receiving a text from your coworker wishing you a happy firing day. Who does that? Is common sense expensive in America? Because why would anyone do that? On top of that, she advised her to gather all the evidence she could, fully aware that if a lawsuit were filed against the company, there's a strong possibility that she herself could be implicated. She could be called to testify in court as a witness. Did she really think this through, or did she honestly believe it wouldn't affect her in any way? Because I'm confused.
I'm also going to ask for a written note where they say they're not going to contest my unemployment. I said, yes, girl, you understood the assignment. So here we go. I'm about to go to work. I feel so happy because I gave somebody that empowerment.
In my own opinion, this is not empowerment. This is just gossip and chaos. But let's continue.
Okay, y'all, part 2. So I get here right at 9 o'clock. And as I'm getting out of my car, I'm walking through the parking lot and I see my boss has already walked her to the car with her belongings. Like, she's out of there, 9 o'clock on the dot. She's removed, like the conversation has already happened. So I gotta call my girl and see what's up.
She just kept explaining the exact situation everyone already knew was going to happen in the office that day. I cut that part out because frankly, no one has time to sit through a lengthy explanation of the obvious.
Long story short, my girl is about to sue. And I don't know how this is going to play into all this, but during everything she was telling me, she said specifically that her family is in Hollywood. So she has a good lawyer. I don't know what's about to happen, y'all, but could get crazy. Also, I just wanted to mention, for those of you who are worried about my job, I'm actually contracted at this company and my contract is not getting renewed, so I'm already on my way out. And the whole thing with my contract ending, my company that I work for being fired, the circumstances surrounding that were shady as hell too. So that's why I knew something was up with this. This was kind of like a F you on my way out type of thing. I got fired, y'all. I got fired. They finally found the video. They found the video. So y'all know I had to come back and tell you what happened.
The people you're sharing this information with seem more concerned about your job than you are. Let's assume your contract with your current employer is about to end. Does that mean you're not going to work with someone else? And if a future employer finds this video a few months after hiring you and decided to fire you because of it, will you still be happy then? I'm just saying that prevention is better than cure. But let's continue because it gets better.
So what happened was, one of the executives asked if I could make his laptop a personal laptop and remove it from the domain of the company that I work for, that I'm contracted by. So I have to run it by my boss, And so I had to go and ask her for permission. She was like, oh yeah, he's an executive. He gets whatever he wants. Just go ahead and do it. She gave me the approval. I went, I did the laptop. I gave it to the executive, and that was that. Maybe like an hour later, she stopped by my office and she's like, hey, did you get such and such situated? And I said, yeah, he's good to go. And she was like, okay, thank you so much. And that was it. I would say like 30 minutes after that interaction, I went to go like look at my Slack messages or my email or something to follow up with a user, and I couldn't get in. My email wasn't working. My password wasn't working. And I immediately thought, okay, I'm being offboarded. This is me being offboarded. I'm like, shit, they found the video. So I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collected. I'm like, okay, this is the day. My time is up, okay? The jig is up. So yeah, that's how it all went down, you guys. So what's next for me? I guess I'm about to be a full-time content creator. So help your girl out, hit the follow button. You know what time it is. Like, we're doing this full time, okay? No, but honestly, I've always wanted to do content creation. I've always wanted to do content creation and take it seriously. So I guess this might be the push I needed. I've also been wanting to get into real estate. So if you know anybody in Georgia who can help your girl do some fix and flips, I really want to get into that domain, because obviously corporate America is not for me.
But the way she was laughing and giggling about this whole situation, you would think she won the jackpot or something. This is one of the reasons why anything you see online should be taken with a grain of salt.
The update is that the girl that I did all that for, she doesn't actually want to pursue a lawsuit. And at first, I guess that didn't really bother me, because I realized that not everybody has the same energy I have, right? But I guess what really bothers me is that I reached out to the person and I told her how everybody on TikTok is rallying for her, and you know, I reached out to her and she just completely like blew me off. And there's been so many times where I've been in this exact same position where it feels like I am being the purest form of myself. I see people that are in need and I help them. The girl, she has a new job. She's fine. I went to work today, and as much as I wanted to not care, I felt exposed. I felt like I put myself out there. I might walk in here and they might cut my contract early because of what I did. And then this girl is just somewhere living her life. You know, she couldn't even respond to my text message when I told her that everybody was rooting for her. She didn't care. She didn't care.
Let me get this straight. You told the woman who got fired that you posted a story online that people on TikTok were rooting for her, and she brushed you off? Surprise, surprise. What exactly were you expecting? Did you expect her to sing Kumbaya for you? Or were you hoping she would become your best friend? Because I'm confused. There's nothing wrong with helping people. But if this kind of thing keeps happening to you, maybe it's a sign that you should mind the business that pays you. Not everyone is going to respond the way you think they should. And helping someone doesn't automatically entitle you to gratitude, friendship, or improvement in your life. Do you get what I'm saying?
I, at that moment, am feeling feelings of remorse. I'm feeling regretful because I still work at the company, and I'm realizing that I just stuck my neck out for somebody who has moved on with their life, and now I am in an exposed situation where I am looking over my shoulder wondering when I'm going to get fired.
Situations like this always remind me of your coworker and not your friend. Just do your job and get paid. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to stay in your lane and keep it moving. Mind the business that pays you. Help people if you want to help people without expecting anything in return. But don't go into it expecting gratitude or a front row seat in somebody else's life. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the situation. Let me know yours in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.